Alright, so let's talk about the vocabulary for our unit this time. So our Unit 3 vocabulary is addition and subtraction. I know what you're thinking. Well, I already know what addition and subtraction is, but we always need to make sure that we have good mastery of all of these different concepts. You know what I'm saying? As you go up higher and higher in school, you have to make sure that you already know these concepts and they're well in hand. So addition, finding the total or sum by combining two numbers. So the parts of an addition sentence are the add-ins, which is 316 and 414. And then the parts of a subtraction equation or number sentence is 926 is your minuend. So that's the number that's before the minus sign. And then you have your subtrahend, which is the number after the minus sign, and then you have your difference, which is the difference between this number and this number is 802. Now, and then here are some questions I'm going to be asking you to kind of further answer as we get into class. So when you write these numbers, these definitions in your notebook as far as subtraction is concerned, make sure you leave some space like I have here, because I'm going to be asking you, why does this part of subtraction means this, and why this other form of subtraction means what it does. So takeaway subtraction is taking one or more numbers away from another. And here's your example to be working out to get that definition of takeaway subtraction. Then we have comparison subtraction, which is comparing two quantities to see how much more or how many more. And here is your example problem, or your example to work out to get the concept of that definition. And then we're going to be talking about this in class. Then missing parts subtraction, finding the difference between two numbers. So, and here is your problem to work out to understand the concept of missing part subtraction, or if you're thinking way back to first grade or second grade, which is whole, part, and something that's still missing. And then the last of this is an inverse operation, which is the inverse is the opposite of another math process. You know, one process will undo the next. Like addition is the inverse of subtraction. And then subtraction is the inverse of addition. So, you know, it's pretty much the opposite of something else. If you want to undo addition, you subtract something away. And if you want to undo subtraction, you add things together. Alright.